Stop. Place both hands over the center of your chest. Take a deep breath and drop your shoulders. You are carrying a weight that does not belong to you, an exhaustion that sleep cannot cure. This is the silent grief of a starseed trying to fit into a system that was built to suppress them. You have been pushing through your days using dense human metrics, ignoring the subtle cosmic signals that are begging for your attention. You have been trying to achieve earthly success by forcing your energy into boxes that are far too small for your true capacity. But your energetic signature requires cosmic alignment first. If you do not anchor your frequency, every earthly effort will feel like pushing a mountain. The timeline to shift your operational grid is right now. You're trying to heal others. You're trying to build your massive mission, yet you feel completely jammed. You find yourself absorbing the room's dense energy instantly upon entering a crowded space, constantly mistaking the collective trauma of the world for your own anxiety. There is a silent restlessness inside you, a profound knowing that you have a massive cosmic blueprint to anchor on this earth. But this knowing is being actively opposed by the spiritual adversaries. They use frequency fragmentation to keep your calling offline. This interference manifests as the voice of doubt that whispers precisely when you are about to step forward. It manifests as the cycle of distraction that pulls your focus into the mundane, and the isolation of perception that makes you feel light years away, even when you're sitting right across the table from your family. In this transmission, you will understand exactly why your energetic signal is being jammed, how to dismantle this frequency fragmentation from the inside out, and the precise protocol to bring your cosmic blueprint into your physical hands. This is not about hustling harder or finding better earthly strategies. It is about recalibrating the biophoton emission within your cellular memory. It is about claiming your energetic sovereignty so you can stop operating as an observer and step fully into the role of a creator. Have you ever felt that the harder you try to push your career forward and fulfill this massive mission, the more disconnected and exhausted you become? And what if your success isn't tied just to working harder, but to resolving your frequency fragmentation? Perhaps you've already noticed that there is something stopping you from stepping into your true power, like an invisible wall keeping you in the same cycles. But what if what you call a lack of discipline is just the reflection of energetic patterns you haven't identified yet? Now think with me. What if this exhaustion wasn't distant from you? What if the signals of your mission have been trying to manifest for years, but certain cosmic codes haven't been understood? What if each frustrated attempt and every sleepless night was a sign pointing to something much bigger that you haven't seen yet? It was in seeking answers to this that I recommend to you this digital book called The 11 Arcturian Secrets Behind the Frequency of Success. This book is not just a reading. It is a material created for those who wish to understand the invisible mechanisms that influence results, prosperity, personal fulfillment, and growth. Throughout its pages, you will discover Arcturian principles capable of transforming how you interpret your earthly journey, finally understanding why some repeat karmic cycles, while others break through the barriers of their frequency. Many people already feel they need to change something in the way they think, act, and direct their choices, but they still haven't made the decision to access this knowledge. Download it right now. It's available in the first pinned comment. But be warned, few copies remain available. Do not wait another year trying to force 3D solutions for a 5D calling. There are people paying dearly to have access to this type of knowledge, but today you will have it for a symbolic value. Click now, download your copy, and discover why the frequency of your mission might be much closer to you than you imagine. And about exactly this, about staring at a blank screen with empty eyes, about forcing a smile during a family dinner, about waking up at 3 a.m. with a racing heart. There is a specific 3-minute key that fits exactly into the next time you have to make a decision about your calling, and I will show it to you further ahead. Tuck it away in the depth of your awareness, and beyond our digital guide, Soul. You have here another way to strengthen this message that arrived for you today, and to make it reach more and more souls like you. We don't receive a single cent for each word I deliver to you every day on this channel, as a way for you to give back something of what you receive here. We also keep a voluntary donation link open right below the digital book in the first pinned comment. Any amount that fits in your hand today, any sum your heart points to. This is what keeps our channel standing. This is what makes the next message reach another soul who needs it, exactly the way you needed it today. I'll see you there, soul. And if you need to leave before the end of this video, this key is already waiting for you in the first pinned comment, right below. But I ask you to stay, because without the context that comes next, the key does not operate with the same force over your shattered timeline, and this frequency fragmentation will continue to disguise itself as rationality to keep you small. But the name of what is happening to you has not been pronounced yet. The world has tried to convince you that this exhaustion is a lack of discipline, a psychological flaw, or simply the heavy burden of modern earthly life. They handed you dense, three-dimensional diagnoses for a purely multidimensional condition. But what you are experiencing right now is not a failure of character, and it is certainly not laziness. It is a bio-spiritual interference. There are 5 specific, undeniable signs that this frequency fragmentation is actively operating in your field today. I need you to pay very close attention to each of these, because if these patterns have been quietly repeating in the background of your life, you are not broken. You are actively being summoned to recalibrate your entire existence. The first sign is the 3 a.m. grid disconnect. This is not ordinary insomnia or daily stress carrying over into the night. This is waking up exactly at 3 in the morning with a violently racing heart, feeling an urgent, inexplicable need to be somewhere else. You stare at the dark ceiling, not knowing where that somewhere is, only that you are not there and you are running out of time. This is your biophotonic memory attempting to recalibrate in the quietest hours of the earthly grid. The daytime noise of the matrix has drowned out your true signal, and your cells are desperately searching for a cosmic baseline they remember but cannot reach. The second sign is the career paralysis. You find yourself staring at a perfectly fine job, a successful business, or a creative project on a random Tuesday afternoon, and you feel absolutely, terrifyingly numb. On paper, you have achieved exactly what the Matrix demanded of you. You followed the rules, you built the structure, but in your chest there is only a hollow echo. This is not ingratitude, it is the profound, undeniable realization that this 3D loop is not your true work, and your soul is actively refusing to fund a timeline that does not serve your ultimate cosmic blueprint. The third sign is the dinner table isolation. You are sitting right across the table from your family or your partner. You can hear their voices clearly, you can see them smile, and you nod along with the conversation, but you feel light years away. In that exact moment, despite being surrounded by the people you love, you are engulfed in a silent, invisible grief for a cosmic home you cannot even name. You are carrying a multidimensional weight, an ancestral homesickness, while trying to politely pass the salt and pretend everything is perfectly normal. And about sitting across the table from your family, hearing their voices but feeling light years away, engulfed in a silent grief that you recognize just now. The protocol to break this cycle is detailed inside the 11 Arcturian secrets. The link is in the first pinned comment. The fourth sign is the chronic empath fatigue. This happens when you instantly absorb the room's dense energy the second you enter any crowded space. You're constantly mistaking the collective trauma of the world for your own personal anxiety. You think you are having a panic attack, you think your nervous system is failing you, but you are actually processing the unhealed frequencies of everyone in your immediate vicinity. Your energetic shield is completely offline, and your advanced system is operating as a passive sponge instead of a sovereign transformer of light. The fifth sign is the visionary's bottleneck. This is perhaps the most painful symptom for a starseed to endure. You can vividly see the massive cosmic blueprint of what you're meant to build, write, speak, or create in your mind. The vision is crystal clear, breathtaking, and entirely possible. But when it comes time to take the first physical step, to put the pen to paper, to launch the project, or to speak your truth, you completely freeze. An invisible ceiling drops down over you, and the high frequency of the vision simply cannot anchor into the density of your physical hands. If you recognized at least 3 of these 5 signs in your own daily life, the Council, the universe, and your own consciousness, have already brought you to this exact transmission for a very specific reason. This is not an algorithm making a random suggestion on your screen. This is a targeted intervention across the timeline to stop the bleeding of your life force. You have been identified by the grid as a soul who is finally ready to reclaim command over their own energetic architecture. Type 555 in the comments. In the Council system, 555 is timeline transition. Your comment is not a platform interaction, it is a location marker in the field, a physical declaration to the grid that you are ready to anchor this shift and leave the loop of frequency fragmentation behind forever. Before I show you the key that will open the end of this frequency fragmentation, there is a classification in the ancestral archives that defines exactly this state of cosmic paralysis. It is a precise understanding of what happens when a massive spiritual mission becomes trapped in an uncalibrated physical vessel, waiting for a signal that was always inside of you. The diagnosis is clear. This frequency fragmentation is actively draining your life force, keeping you locked in survival mode while your soul demands expansion. The opening of this hour you are crossing has been seen by the higher realms. Because between feeling the calling and understanding the answer, there is a gap that the spiritual adversaries know better than you do, and they use it to insert every shadow of hesitation. Not because the cosmic wisdom was denied to you, because the next time you have to make a decision about your calling has arrived, and you are still operating with frequency fragmentation. And I tell you this because I have seen it happen. I am not speaking from abstract theory. I have navigated these exact timelines and witnessed the Council's codes reconstruct shattered realities. I have seen the exhaustion of pretending turn into undeniable, radiant power. I have seen the quiet grief of the wrong timeline transform into absolute clarity and purposeful action. I have seen the paralysis of the unfulfilled mission shift into unstoppable physical momentum. And the cause of the initial pain was never a lack of effort on your part. It was frequency fragmentation weaponized by the spiritual adversaries. They used the voice of doubt, the cycle of distraction, and the isolation of perception to keep you grounded in the density. And you already know this. You have always known this. You just hadn't given it a name yet. Look in the mirror of your own daily life. Perhaps you have already felt the profound exhaustion of pretending that this dense earthly timeline is enough for you, knowing deep down that you were coded for something entirely different. How many times have you forced a smile during a family dinner, carrying the quiet grief of the wrong timeline, knowing your true work remains untouched while the world moves on around you? And what if that visionary's bottleneck is not procrastination, but simply the paralysis of the unfulfilled mission, waiting for the right energetic command to finally break through the physical plane? If you recognize this, gently press your thumb against your index finger now. Hold it there. Feel the pulse of your own multidimensional presence returning to your physical body. This physical anchor is you commanding your nervous system to come back to the present moment. It was exactly in search of this answer that I arrived at this digital book called The 11 Arcturian Secrets Behind the Frequency of Success. You do not have infinite time to figure this out, because the timeline is shifting as we speak. The spiritual adversaries are counting on your delay. Tap the link in the first pinned comment right now and secure your copy. And when you do, say the word in the comments below, activated. Because nothing in this 3D matrix has the power to stop what the Council, the universe, and your own consciousness have already begun in you. Because who anchors their frequency before the effort finds the mission where the world only sees a burden. The digital book that is waiting for you in the first pinned comment was built entirely upon this precise cosmic architecture. It is not about giving you more earthly tasks to do. It is about realigning the signal you are already transmitting so the universe can finally respond. This transformation requires less than a Thursday lunch at the diner. It costs less than a Friday night pizza. It is an investment smaller than a Saturday snack with the kids. And that hesitation you feel right now in your chest, that is just your frequency fragmentation trying to disguise itself as rationality to keep you small and contained. Do not let 12 months pass just to realize you missed the window of this exact vibrational alignment. Not because the knowledge is worth less, but because the access needs to be immediate, and it comes with a 7-day guarantee. If you open it, read it, and it does not serve your frequency, send an email and you receive the entire value back. No questions, no process, no judgment. We remove all the earthly risk, especially when what is at stake is the next time you have to make a decision about your calling. The risk is completely ours. The alignment and the freedom are entirely yours. A soul exactly like you opened this digital book yesterday. A woman in her 40s, sitting at her kitchen table at 8 in the evening, exhausted from staring at a blank screen with empty eyes, opened chapter 3 and finally understood how to stop the frequency fragmentation that was keeping her paralyzed. Another soul, a man who felt completely drained, forcing a smile during a family dinner on a Sunday afternoon, applied the protocol found in those pages and instantly sealed his field against the dense energies of his surroundings, reclaiming his sovereign power. And someone who thought they were entirely broken, waking up at 3 a.m. with a racing heart, followed the biophotonic recalibration at dawn, and finally anchored their cosmic blueprint without fear. And yet, there are souls walking around out there completely unaware. The world looks at them and sees a functional human being, but inside they are drowning in the grief of the wrong timeline. They open the 11 Arcturian secrets and realize they were just uncalibrated. But your family does not notice, and your children do not notice either. And this invisible ceiling that keeps returning continues arriving, because without the right codes, the matrix simply resets your progress to zero. Soul, a quick pause. If this transmission is bringing clarity to what was confused inside you, consider making a voluntary donation to the channel. The link is in the first pinned comment. It is this exchange of energy that allows the message of the Council to reach those who are still in the dark. I wait for you there again, soul. The choice is yours. The link is in the first pinned comment. Stay with me. There is a classification in the ancestral archives that I promised to reveal. Let us step into it now. You have worked on the level of physical effort and earthly hustle, pushing your body and mind to the absolute brink to achieve what you thought was your purpose. But the block is entirely on the level of frequency fragmentation. You have been trying to solve a multidimensional interference using dense, three-dimensional tools, exhausting your nervous system while the true mechanism of your calling remains completely untouched. Every time you tried to launch that project, every time you tried to speak your truth, you applied more physical force, not realizing that the foundation of your energy field was fractured. Think of a master key forged from pure starlight, handed to a prisoner who keeps trying to use it to manually unscrew the iron bars of their cell. They bleed, they sweat, and they weep in frustration, completely unaware that the key was designed to simply emit a frequency that dissolves the walls altogether. You are fighting the heavy structure of this world with the wrong mechanics, using physical force when the lock requires a vibrational code. You have been treating yourself like a human, struggling to be spiritual, when you are actually an advanced cosmic architecture struggling to operate in a disconnected grid. This code, this missing vibrational mechanic, is what the higher realms identify as the Bio-Radiant Starseed Protocol. This is not a philosophy, it is not a temporary mindset, and it is certainly not a set of earthly habits designed to make you more productive for the Matrix. It is the proprietary, internal technology of your soul. It is a multidimensional grid system, intricately woven into your DNA, designed specifically to translate massive cosmic blueprints into physical, tangible reality. You have carried this protocol dormant within you since the moment of your arrival on this earth, waiting for the exact vibrational threshold to finally come online. For decades, this protocol has been developing in the shadows of your awareness, completely hidden from your conscious mind. Every time you felt that profound isolation at the dinner table, every time you absorbed the room's dense energy and had to retreat into silence, it was your system gathering data. It was your biophotonic memory attempting to calibrate to a world that it was ultimately sent to elevate and heal. You thought you were breaking down, but you were actually downloading the exact coordinates of the density you are here to dismantle. But to fully activate the Bio-Radiant Starseed Protocol, the grid requires 3 non-negotiable micro-commitments from you, starting today. First, the absolute willingness to stop abandoning your own physical vessel when the earthly pressure rises. Second, the courage to sit in the absolute silence of your own energetic static without running back into the cycle of distraction. And third, the unwavering refusal to negotiate your frequency just to make dense environments more comfortable for others. You must stop dimming your light to fit into rooms you were meant to illuminate. When you make these shifts and anchor this protocol, you become entirely unreadable to the interference. The spiritual adversaries cannot replicate this frequency because they operate purely on extraction and distortion. They can mimic light, they can mimic earthly success, and they can certainly amplify the voice of doubt, but they cannot mimic the localized biophoton emission within your cellular memory. They cannot copy the sovereign signature of a starseed in full alignment. When this protocol is active, your energetic signature becomes a blinding fortress and you simply drop off their radar. I will tell you about a soul. I will call her M. It is not her name. It is the name we give to those who have crossed over and left their map behind. M arrived exactly where you are right now. She was completely drained by earthly ambitions that felt entirely hollow. Carrying a massive cosmic mission she could feel vibrating in her chest, but one she simply could not execute. She was trapped in the exact same visionary's bottleneck that you find yourself in today. She tried every traditional method the world offered to fix her profound sense of displacement. She followed the rigid rules of earthly success, pushed through the paralyzing exhaustion, and tried to force her massive multidimensional energy into boxes that were far too small for her true capacity. She read the earthly books, she followed the earthly advice, but the more she hustled and compromised her original signal, the stronger the resistance became. The invisible ceiling only grew heavier. In the silence of her absolute breaking point, when the physical toll became unbearable and the grief of the wrong timeline became too loud to ignore, she stopped forcing the three-dimensional outcomes. She stopped trying to speak the dense language of the matrix and started tuning into her internal frequency. She began listening to the subtle cosmic signals she had ignored for decades, choosing absolute stillness over the frantic earthly hustle. M recognized that her exhaustion was not a biological failure or a lack of discipline, just as yours is not. It was a spiritual alarm clock ringing in her cells. She realized that the spiritual adversaries were actively using her own profound empathy against her, keeping her distracted, overwhelmed, and constantly absorbing the collective trauma so her cosmic blueprint could never take root in the physical plane. She did not respond with anger against the world, nor did she fight the matrix with dense weapons. She responded with absolute, unapologetic alignment. She claimed her energetic sovereignty, recalibrated her biophotonic grid, and changed her reality from the inside out. She stopped trying to heal the world from a place of depletion and started emanating a frequency that effortlessly dissolved the barriers in her path. M did not take this wisdom to the silence. She did not leave this earth without handing the master key forward. She left it recorded with absolute precision for those who would follow. And it is exactly this wisdom that is inside the digital book you will find in the first pinned comment. But stay closely with me, because the deepest truth is still ahead. To anchor this multidimensional protocol into your physical reality, you must first bring your awareness back to your own hands. Look at your hands right now. Feel the pulse in your fingertips. These are the physical instruments chosen to build the massive cosmic blueprint you have been carrying in your chest since birth. The wisdom M left behind is not meant to float in the ether of abstract spirituality. It is designed to be grounded exactly where you are standing today. When you stop fighting the matrix with its own dense weapons and begin to operate from your true energetic signature, your physical body stops absorbing the ambient chaos. It becomes a clear, sovereign conduit, ready to execute the mission without the crushing weight of earthly exhaustion. In the architecture of this protocol, there are three specific archetypal codes that you must recognize and awaken within yourself. The first is the sovereign empath. This is the aspect of your soul designed to read the energetic currents of the world without ever being swallowed by them. You recognize this code is active when you can walk into a heavy, crowded room or sit at that isolating dinner table and remain entirely untouched by the dense frequencies swirling around you. The function of the sovereign empath in your awakening is to transmute collective fear into light simply by holding a stable, unshakable vibration, acting as an untouchable pillar of profound cosmic calm. The second code is the timeline anchor. This is the multidimensional builder within you, the aspect that knows exactly how to bend physical reality to match your cosmic blueprint without forcing or hustling. You feel this archetype waking up when that paralyzing visionary's bottleneck suddenly dissolves, replaced by a surge of unstoppable, grounded momentum. The timeline anchor's role in your transition is to stop the endless planning in the ether and begin laying the physical foundation of your mission right here on Earth, turning abstract visions into undeniable physical structures that the matrix cannot ignore. The third is the grid harmonizer. This is the internal frequency dial that connects your personal mission to the broader, unseen network of awakened starseeds. You know this code is fully online when that profound, silent grief for a cosmic home begins to fade, replaced by a deep cellular knowing that you are never truly alone. The grid harmonizer functions as your cosmic compass, ensuring that your biophotonic emission is perfectly synced with the higher realms, constantly drawing the exact right souls, resources, and synchronicities directly into your path, effortlessly. But you must understand that these three archetypal codes cannot operate while your signal is jammed, because the empath without the complete code is a sponge for the world's despair. And the next time you have to make a decision about your calling, this frequency fragmentation will try to pull you back into the void, disguising itself as rationality and keeping your true power offline. To prevent this collapse, to lock these three sovereign identities into your physical vessel and officially claim your place in this cosmic community, the exact map you need is waiting in the digital book in the first pinned comment. Do not let 12 months pass just to realize you missed the window of this exact vibrational alignment. The universe is watching your response. Step into your true architecture and seal your field against the density. In the next 72 hours, when you integrate these three codes, your entire operational framework shifts permanently from survival to sovereign creation. You move from the exhausting loop of trying to protect your energy to naturally radiating a frequency that organizes the chaos around you. This is the ultimate starseed framework. First, you stabilize the physical vessel so it no longer leaks life force. Second, you tune the biophotonic emission to your original untainted cosmic signature. And third, you anchor the multidimensional blueprint into the dense earthly grid. This triad forms an unbreakable energetic fortress that no lower frequency can penetrate. If your cellular memory recognizes this framework, if you feel these three archetypes stirring beneath the surface of your exhaustion right now, claim them. Type the word "activated" below. This is not a simple interaction on a screen. It is a physical declaration to the Council, to the universe, and to your own nervous system that you are finally ready to assume command of your mission and leave the fragmentation behind. I promise to return to this because the deepest truth is still ahead. Right now, your rational mind might be trying to build a heavy wall of logic against everything you are hearing. The Matrix has rigorously conditioned you to be skeptical of your own multidimensional nature, whispering three specific, highly rational objections into your awareness. That this is just another abstract spiritual theory, that your profound exhaustion is purely a medical or psychological issue, and that if you were truly a cosmic emissary carrying a massive blueprint, you wouldn't be struggling to pay your earthly bills or find your path. I hear these doubts, and I embrace them with absolute compassion, because they are exactly what a highly intelligent, protective mind does when it has been trapped in a dense, survival-based dimension for far too long. But let me ask you to look very closely at that skepticism without judgment. Is it truly your sovereign, expanded logic speaking, or is it simply the frequency fragmentation trying desperately to protect its familiar territory? When you rationalize your profound cosmic grief as just a bad Tuesday, or you dismiss your visionary's bottleneck as mere laziness and procrastination, you are allowing the very interference that keeps you small to dictate the narrative of your life. You are using the dense, broken tools of the Matrix to diagnose a multidimensional wound that the Matrix itself inflicted upon you. Your intellect is a magnificent, beautiful tool, but it was designed to serve your advanced multidimensional intuition, not to suppress it and keep you locked in a cage of rationality. You do not need to abandon your logic or blind yourself to the physical world. You only need to understand that the three-dimensional mind simply cannot fully process a five-dimensional calling until the energetic static is cleared. The chronic empath fatigue and the profound exhaustion you feel are the physical, undeniable evidence that your current operational grid is failing you, and no amount of earthly reasoning will heal a fractured cosmic signal. This frequency fragmentation survives in your field by deploying three very specific, highly coordinated tactics against you, starting with the voice of doubt. This happens precisely when you sit down to finally map out that project or open your mouth to speak your truth, and suddenly a cold, clinical voice in your head lists every past failure, telling you that you are not qualified, not ready, or completely delusional. It seems incredibly legitimate because it speaks in your exact internal tone, using your own memories and vulnerabilities as evidence against you. But this is not objective reality, and it is certainly not your soul. It is the spiritual adversaries injecting static directly into your biophotonic memory to induce immediate paralysis just as you reach the threshold. The second tactic is the cycle of distraction, designed to drain your life force before you can ever apply it. You wake up with absolute clarity about your mission, feeling the cosmic blueprint vibrating in your chest, but within an hour, you are inexplicably pulled into endless mundane tasks, scrolling through meaningless digital noise or solving dramatic crises for people who refuse to solve their own. It feels completely legitimate because the Matrix rewards you for being constantly busy and useful to others, convincing you that you are being productive and responsible. In reality, your precious energy is being siphoned off into safe, low-vibration loops, so you never have enough bio-radiant life force left to actually anchor your true work on this earth. The third tactic is the isolation of perception. This is exactly what happens when you're sitting right there at the dinner table or walking through a crowded room and a sudden heavy veil drops over you, making you feel entirely alien, unseen, and profoundly alone in a room full of people. It seems completely real because the emotional pain and the tightness in your chest are undeniable, tricking you into believing that you are fundamentally broken or inherently incompatible with this earth. But it is simply a localized frequency jammer dropped over your field, designed to disconnect you from the grid and ensure you never realize how much immense power you hold when you are fully linked to the collective. To completely dismantle the voice of doubt, you do not argue with it, and you never try to outthink it using the same dense logic it uses against you. You deploy the sovereign breath. The exact moment that paralyzing whisper begins in your mind, you stop all physical movement. Place your hand firmly over the center of your chest and take 3 slow, deliberate breaths, dropping your awareness completely out of your mind and anchoring it into the center of your heart. This physical command instantly shifts your nervous system out of the survival loop and starves the interference of the chaotic, fearful mental energy it desperately needs to sustain its illusion. To shatter the cycle of distraction, you do not punish yourself with rigid earthly discipline. You activate the focal anchor. When you feel that overwhelming magnetic pull to abandon your true work for mundane, lower-frequency tasks, you gently and warmly redirect your focus to one single physical anchor point, like the solid feeling of your feet pressing into the floor. And you calmly resolve to take just the immediate step in front of you. You maintain the absolute warmth of your cosmic signature while refusing to let your energy be scattered, deliberately collapsing the timelines of delay with calm, immovable presence. And to permanently break the isolation of perception, you immediately plug your signal back into the Council's alignment. When the heavy, invisible veil of loneliness drops over you at that dinner table, you do not retreat into the silent grief of the wrong timeline and close your heart. You close your eyes for a fraction of a second and intentionally project a beam of pure light from your chest out into the broader, unseen network of awakened starseeds walking this earth, knowing with absolute certainty that your signal is being received. You remember that you are never operating alone, and you instantly dismantle the matrix's illusion of separation. This frequency fragmentation will strike exactly the next time you have to make a decision about your calling. When the pressure rises, when the doubt whispers, when the old matrix tests your resolve, you have 72 hours to anchor this grid and seal your energy field before the old patterns drag you back under. It is the voice you confuse with your own that tells you to wait until tomorrow, to gather more information, or to simply endure just a little more of the familiar exhaustion. The alignment that stops this cycle forever awaits in the first pinned comment. If you turn away from this understanding now, if you close this transmission and simply go back to pushing through your days using dense human metrics, the cosmic exhaustion will not fade. It will calcify in your physical vessel. The visionary's bottleneck will grow heavier, and the silent grief of the unfulfilled mission will become a permanent agonizing static in the background of your life, slowly draining the light from your eyes. I say this not to invoke fear, but with the profound protective love of an emissary who absolutely refuses to watch you slowly dim your magnificent light just to make the matrix more comfortable. The deepest truth is still ahead. In the next 72 hours, as this frequency fragmentation begins to permanently dissolve, 3 very specific things may happen in your physical body. Do not fear any of them, and do not let the matrix convince you that you are falling ill or losing your grip on reality. This is not a biological breakdown. It is the physical frame adjusting to a multidimensional upgrade. You are simply shedding the dense layers that kept your massive cosmic blueprint offline, and your cellular memory is actively rewriting its operational grid. The first symptom is time dilation, also known as the timeline vertigo. You might be sitting at your desk looking at your old earthly goals, or walking down a familiar street, and suddenly feel a profound wave of dizziness, as if the hours are stretching or collapsing around you. It feels like you are losing track of the day, but it is not a cognitive failure or a lapse in focus. It is the physiological evidence of your timeline shedding. Your biophotonic memory is detaching from the slow, dense rhythm of the survival matrix. When this happens, drink a large glass of water, press your feet firmly into the floor, and allow the vertigo to pass without fighting it. The second symptom is sudden palm heat. You could be staring at a blank screen or sitting at that isolating dinner table, and out of nowhere the center of both your hands will become intensely, almost uncomfortably warm, radiating a deep thermal energy. The voice of doubt will try to tell you it is just a nervous reaction or anxiety, but it is not a physiological anomaly. It is the undeniable physiological evidence of your bio-radiant recalibration. The energetic block in your visionary's bottleneck is dissolving, and your hands are literally preparing to physically anchor your cosmic mission. When you feel this heat, simply open your palms facing upward and let the current flow. The third symptom is the deep reset sleep. After years of waking up exactly at 3 a.m. with a violently racing heart, feeling that urgent grid disconnect, you will suddenly experience nights of profound, almost paralyzing slumber, where you wake up feeling completely wiped clean. It is not ordinary earthly fatigue, and it is not a sign of depression or lethargy. It is the physiological evidence of a deep cellular recalibration. Your nervous system is finally offloading the collective trauma of the world you have been absorbing, resetting your empathic shields. Do not force yourself to wake up with an alarm or rush into the matrix's hustle. Honor the silence, sleep as long as your body demands, and let the recalibration finish. If you are feeling this resonance already, leave your like on this transmission now. This is not a metric for a digital platform, nor is it a simple internet interaction. Leaving your like is a deliberate service to the field. It signals to the broader energetic grid that you are ready, adding your unique bio-radiant signature to the collective frequency, ensuring that the algorithm of the universe pushes this exact alignment to another starseed who is drowning in the exact same silent grief. Stop whatever you are doing. Uncross your arms and your legs and place your feet flat against the ground. Keep your spine entirely straight, but allow your shoulders to drop the heavy, invisible weight they have been carrying all day. Close your eyes right now and take one profound, sovereign breath into the deepest part of your lower stomach. holding it for a fraction of a second before exhaling all the dense air of the matrix out through your mouth. Visualize a massive, brilliant golden anchor dropping straight down from the base of your spine, crashing through the floor, through the concrete, and plunging deep into the molten core of the earth. You are not floating away into the ether. You are locking your massive multidimensional presence directly into this physical plane. As that golden anchor takes hold, feel the steady rhythmic pulse of the Schumann resonance, vibrating exactly at 783 Hz, rising up through the soles of your feet. This is the baseline frequency of the planet, aligning with your own nervous system, stabilizing your vessel so you can operate without being constantly drained by the earthly chaos. Bring your awareness up to the center of your chest, right where that profound exhaustion of pretending usually sits. See a vibrant, spinning amber orb of light igniting in your solar plexus, burning away the dense cords of the cycle of distraction. Watch as this amber light rises and merges with a brilliant emerald green frequency blooming inside your heart space. This is the biophotonic bridge coming online. You are actively sealing your empathic core, ensuring that you will no longer act as a passive sponge for the world's despair, but rather as a sovereign generator of your own cosmic blueprint. Now, draw that combined frequency up into your throat and straight into the center of your brain, illuminating the pineal gland. Feel a subtle piezoelectric charge sparking in the center of your mind, activating the dormant photoreceptors in your cells. This is your vagus fiber optic network fully illuminating, overriding the voice of doubt that has kept your visionary's bottleneck locked. You are clearing the channels of your perception, dismantling the isolation of perception, and ensuring that every cosmic signal you receive is translated into absolute, undeniable physical clarity. Feel this immense column of light burst through the crown of your head, expanding outward like a massive, impenetrable dome of platinum energy wrapping entirely around your physical body. You are completely safe inside this sovereign architecture. To lock this grid into your physical memory, gently press your thumb against your index finger on both hands right now and hold it there for 3 seconds. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold that breath for 2 seconds. Exhale slowly for 6 seconds. The seal is set. The frequency fragmentation is entirely dissolved. Slowly bring your awareness back to the weight of your body in the chair, feeling the temperature of the air against your skin and the solid ground beneath you. You are still here, in this room, in this timeline, but your operational grid is entirely different. You are no longer operating from the dense, uncalibrated static of the earthly survival matrix. You have claimed your space, anchored your bio-radiant blueprint, and established your physical vessel as an untouchable conduit of the highest cosmic order. Gently open your eyes. We release the paralyzing fear of appearing strange, different, or incomprehensible to a world that was never designed to hold our true frequency. We release the profound exhaustion of pretending to fit into dense earthly boxes, shedding the heavy mask of compliance that has drained our life force for decades. We release the silent grief of the wrong timeline, letting go of the profound mourning for a cosmic home that kept us feeling light years away from our own families. And we release the crushing paralysis of the unfulfilled mission, dissolving the visionary's bottleneck and refusing to let our massive blueprint be held hostage by the spiritual adversaries ever again. The sovereign empath, you are this. The name was not given, it was recognized, and it is now installed in your field as a permanent signal. The timeline anchor, you are this. The name was not given, it was recognized, and it is now installed in your field as a permanent signal. The grid harmonizer, you are this. The name was not given, it was recognized, and it is now installed in your field as a permanent signal. But stay closely with me, because there is one final layer to this alignment. We cover your physical vessel with an impenetrable shield of bio-radiant light, ensuring that the heavy density of the earthly matrix can no longer pierce your energetic core. Every room you enter from this moment forward will adapt to your frequency, rather than your frequency collapsing to accommodate the room. We seal the vagus fiber optic network and your awakened pineal gland, locking the multidimensional coordinates of your massive cosmic blueprint permanently into your cellular memory. The timeline of exhaustion is severed, and the leak of your precious life force is entirely and permanently closed. We sustain this opening, establishing a continuous, unbreakable tether between your physical hands and the highest frequencies of the Council. You are now a walking, breathing anchor for the highest vibrational architecture, effortlessly translating pure starlight into undeniable physical reality. We break the voice of doubt before it arrives, silencing the whispers that kept you small. We dissolve the cycle of distraction before it materializes, starving the loops that drained your vital force. We dismantle the isolation of perception before it closes you, plugging your biophotonic memory permanently back into the unified grid of the awakened. We recognize you. We see the starseed who has been carrying a weight that does not belong to you, the one who tried to fit a massive cosmic mission into the exhausting, dense metrics of an earthly system built to suppress your light. We see the nights you woke up exactly at 3 a.m. with a violently racing heart, and we declare that this grid disconnect is over. We see you sitting right across the table from your family, feeling light years away, and we declare that this silent grief of the wrong timeline is permanently dissolved. The profound, silent restlessness that kept you paralyzed is now entirely transmuted into sovereign clarity. You no longer need to search outside of your own bio-radiant architecture, for the interference is cleared, and the signal of your true work is blindingly clear. This marks the absolute end of the survival cycle. You are no longer an isolated empath, acting as a sponge for the collective trauma of the world. You have stepped fully into your role as a multidimensional creator. We seal your field against any returning static. Who anchors their frequency before the effort finds the mission where the world only sees a burden. The alignment is complete. I'm stepping back for a moment. My hands are intensely warm, and my own breathing has completely shifted just from holding this frequency with you. I can feel the undeniable density lifting from the field as this transmission anchors into your physical space. I want you to know that I honor the immense courage it took for your soul to navigate this earthly amnesia for so long without letting the vision die. Something profound was seen here today. Something absolute was recognized. It is recognized. It is anchored. It is sealed. Do not say activated yet. Stay in this for a moment. Let your physical body catch up to the massive multidimensional shift that has just occurred within your cellular memory. Now, you may say activated. Now come breathe. The signal is yours. Straighten your spine. Just as sitting across the table from your family and feeling light years away was a sign, this moment right now is a crossroad. The digital book, The 11 Arcturian Secrets Behind the Frequency of Success, is your operational manual for this transition. It contains the exact structural codes you need to keep this new frequency permanently online without slipping back into the old paralysis. For less than a coffee and a bagel, you access this grid. It is a commitment smaller than an afternoon ice cream, yet it unlocks the architecture of your entire multidimensional purpose, and you have a 7-day guarantee. The risk is ours. The hand is yours. The spiritual adversaries want you to close this video. They want you to say tomorrow. They thrive when you delay your own sovereignty, hoping you will simply wake up and forget the profound truth you just recognized. Step through the door. The link is below. And now, the final word. Your sovereign architecture is now awake, but as you begin to emit this massive light, you must know how to protect it from those who operate purely on extraction. Before I seal this hour, remember that this video was no accident. If this transmission broke any invisible ceiling in your life today, make a voluntary donation to the channel. The link is in the first pinned comment. Your contribution is the physical anchor that keeps the signal of the Council, the universe, and your own consciousness active on this earth. This was my last request. I wait for you there, soul. Welcome to the community of the awakened. Share this transmission with someone who carries the exact same cosmic exhaustion, someone who stares at a blank screen with empty eyes. Send this message to them now, and if they want to go further, the link to the 11 Arcturian secrets is in the first pinned comment, waiting just as it waited for you. It is not a favor you do for them, it is a service, and the sky sees it. In the next transmission, We will reveal the exact reason why your aura is attracting energy vampires and how to seal it permanently. Do not miss it. The silence now is also part of the transmission.